Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. My name is Junaid Shahid. In this video, we are going to develop the category and tag feature in our application, which is strongly competitive to WordPress. In the last video, we have added the list feature for pages, so you can view all the pages listed into one page. Now it's time to update our menu and then work on category and tags. After this, I am really thankful to you to subscribe our YouTube channel and you are help us to complete the milestone of 4,000 subscribers. Now we are more than 4,000 and near to 4,100 subscriber. If you like this video, don't forget to share that with your friends. So let's move on to my Windows screen. Here you can see that we have a list page, but we need to update that here. Now for this, let me show you the code. And here, if you remember and watch this series from starting and beginning, we have created a navigational view component. How we can get to that? Here you can see in the shared there is a components, navigational. Don't worry if you don't have a code, you can easily get that from GitHub, because this one is always updated with GitHub. Whenever I finish my video, I sync my code with GitHub, so you can always get latest change set from there. So if you don't have a code, don't worry, you will get that easily from GitHub. Okay, now I will go click on to the default.cs HTML, and here you can see we have the whole menu. Now let's search for pages. Here we have all pages which are represented here. As you can see, pages, all pages and new. So for all pages we have this. So all pages, there is something like only pages. For new, which is belongs to it, which is this, it will be create. Save it, and now refresh this. Now our pages will be work fine and user can navigate to these views through the menu. Just only pages section is working. Here you can see I click here and add page appears. Now it's time to work on the categories and tags. Why I'm working here is that in the next video we have to work on add post and all post, and for that we have a section for categories and tags. User can add category to post and add tag to the post, and for that it's the prerequisite to develop. So we are going to develop this. It is really easy to develop these two codes. The one can be hierarchical and the tag is only one entity based data. Like tag don't have a parent and tag is not a nested one. Tag only contain the title and small description, where category have title, description and parent category. So let's stop this execution and move on to create entity model for category. Okay, collapse this. Here we have some models. Okay, so we need to create a model here. I will write a shortcut which is prop. but first create the name of class as post category. And after creating this model, I need to add some properties here. So I will use prop and click on double tap, and it's generate a template for me. So the first is category ID. Then I will copy and paste, and there is category title, which is type of string. Then we have a small description for this category description, and we also have parent category ID. So this is the whole hierarchy. The parent category ID help us to generate nested information, like the first category is news. Now the child category is international news, local news, and so on, business and all the stuff like that. So the child need a parent. So that's why we have created a parent category ID. When we will develop this, you will get the clear idea how it's work. But right now, this is the 4 attribute which we need. Now only this one is the key. So I am adding a data annotation. Oops. So here the data annotation is added. So this is the primary key. Okay, this is a foreign key which is nullable, so we don't need to work on it. Either you can do something like this to make it nullable, or either you can pass 0 as a default value. It's totally depend upon you. Okay, this is not required, but these two things are required, so I will add data annotation in there. So the title and description is required, but parent ID can be optional, because sometimes we need to attach and sometimes we need to remove. Save it. Now add a reference into DB context. And here we will name it as categories, and our model is post category, and that's it. Now add the migration and execute that. It is loading. We do same for the tags, but first add migration, adding post categories, and hit enter. Now it will build solution and add the information within the database. Right after this, we need to work on the tags. So we create another model after finishing of this to generate the code of tags. So right click on the models and add new class, name that as tag. So add class, post tag. Okay, post tag. Now here we have a primary key. First, to save the time, I will copy from post category. So this is tag ID. We don't need a parent. So tag title and tag description, which is not required, and add the data annotation for key. Now that's it. Go to again application DB context and add a new table, tags, and copy the name of this model and place it here. Now again add migration, adding post tags. Now two migrations are inserted and we need to update our database. So when I will command update database, these two tables are generated into my current database based on connected SQL connection. Now update database and hit enter. Now both migrations executed one by one and these two tables are generated. Right after this we need to create scaffolding for these two pages, and after that we are done with this feature. So in the last we just need to unit test these options. Now the scaffolding is done and you can click on package manager console and view these two tables are generated one by one, categories, and this is tags. Now let's create separate controllers for them. So we have a controller which have MVC view with using entity framework, and entity is category. This is the context, and model class is post category, and this is the post category controller. Generate views and click on add. Now it will scaffold all the stuff, but one thing which we need to worry about is parent category ID, because the return type is integer and scaffold cannot understand either it's a field or either it's a drop down, but we need a drop down, so all the created post category will list it there. So first time there is no category, but for the second time there is a parent category. Okay, so this is listed. Now add a new controller which is post tag controller. So model class is post tag and generate this. Now what actually happened, we have these two controllers and update that into navigational component, and we can add categories and we can add tags which can be associated with post feature like a blogger. So you can attach tags and attach categories during creation of the post. The current feature is that you need to create first tag and category and then create a post, and all the created categories are available in the post. But in the WordPress you can create categories during creation of the post, which we will extend into the next video when we will work on post feature. Okay, this is also created. Okay, now what we need to do, we just need to add and create and add it. So what we need to create and add it in, we need to search for context, or we are going to bind information. So we need to work on context dot categories dot to list. Simple. And there is a view bag dot categories. This same is the case with edit, and that's enough. Now we execute our application and see how it's work. So now our application is executed and we need to update the navigation first. So here is the navigation. Search for category. So this is the categories part. So it's get replaced with post category, and there is a tag. Here is the tag. Now it's become post tags. Save this. Here is the screen. After refreshing that, we can access categories and tag from this navigational menu. Here you can see this is a post categories and this is the post tag. Now this is the separate CRUD operation and this is the separate CRUD operation. Okay, the both have not assigned with our layout, so we need to work on this layout, which we can copy from here. Simply copy this and go to post category pages and tag categories pages. So here is the post category which have these views. So open, create and replace. Save this, edit and replace, and index get replaced, and only table will be available. in the index. So now refresh. Okay, this view only get changed. So this is the page right now, which is generated by the scaffold. Okay, so this is the list view, and to create post categories we need to move on create, and in the create we also need to update that. Save this, and here is the create page. There is no bootstrap etc available. Right now, but we will do that later on. So there is a category and description. So category is, oops, sorry. So category is global news. This is parent news category, and click on create. So it's created. Okay, value is invalid, so first time this is 0. So first time it's get created. Now I create a new one here. So the previous should be available here, and for that we need to create a drop down, which we will do something like here. We come here and add a drop down. Select, and here we will use ASP for this, oops, for this, and ASP items equal to the view bag which we have created. I think I didn't create that here. I did create this in tags, so we need to create that here too. Detail, and this is create. Okay, so update this too. Okay, let's change some terminologies and use a slightly and strong bind approach. So I will create the public list selected list items, categories data is equal new list, and initialize it, just initialize it. Now we need to populate this information, and we can do that like this: context dot categories dot select, and select it as new, oops, like, or we can do two list, no use for each. Now pass new selected list item. Here we have to attribute value is equal item dot category id, and text is equal item dot title, and that's it. Okay, the value is kind of string, so it's to string, and here we go. Now we have information into the view data. Let's create, sorry, category data. Let's create view bag, and we are done. Copy this and paste it here, and it will bind the categories with Dropdown, and we can process the same as we are going. So for the first time, when there is no category, the Dropdown is empty, and when there is category, it will be available to select information, and user can select information if there is any already existing category to create a parent for the newly created category. So that's really simple. The tags work like a simple CRUD operation, just title and description and so on. Okay, now go to categories and add a new one and see is there a global news available or not. So here you can see the parent is always available. Okay, what if we want to use something like, okay, we can also show a single option, select parent category, and save this, refresh, and see how it's work. So this is the first and this is the second. Okay, let's create with no parent. This is created. Okay, yeah, we need to add some value here. So the default value is always 0. Oh yeah, value. So refresh once again, and there is no parent. Okay, no parent category. Now create a new one with parent. Okay, with parent. So this is with parent, and you can see this is the parent ID. Now when I added this, so the parent ID is represented here. If I will add a view data here, view bag data, then that's already selected for me, and that's enough for this video. We need to update the UI, we need to update the UI of the category and tags, and implement that in the post into the next video tutorial. So we are done in this video. We have learned how to create nested category and tags for our new feature, which is a post, which we will done in the future video, and we will also do the journal UI settings for categories and for tags. If you have any kind of question, ask us through comments, share our videos. You help us a lot to achieve the milestone of 4,000 subscribers. I will really appreciate if you share it with your friends and help us to go to 5,000 subscribers. So take care, keep learning and keep enjoying.